Thinking this way will start to change everything for you. It was Earl Nightingale that came out with the biggest secret in the world back in the 60s. And what was that biggest secret? That biggest secret hasn't changed from then to now, and it hasn't changed from before even him to now, and it won't change as time moves along. And the greatest secret, the biggest secret that Earl Nightingale revealed in his famous speech, and you can still find this audio in places, it's about 30 minutes, I believe, it's very powerful. But what he said is you become what you think about. You become what you think about. The biggest secret in the world, he called it. And now it sounds so obvious. You become what you think about. Thoughts are things. What you focus on grows. Your choices lead up to your life. And yet, how many people do you see actually implementing this advice or actually taking it to heart? How many people do you see that think negatively and have a poor self-image and complain and moan and victimize themselves and then wonder why their life is the way that it is? But it all comes back to this very simple but powerful secret. You become what you think about. And you can find so many people in so many different fields saying in different words or very similar words the exact same thing. Whatever you transmit out from you through your thoughts, through how you speak, through your actions, and most importantly, through the emotions, the energy and motion that you are in, whatever that frequency is that you're sending out, you will receive back. You become what you think, feel, do, and say. And when you begin to understand this, you'll never again speak against yourself. You'll never do things that you know do not serve you. You won't think thoughts about what you don't want. You'll start thinking about what you actually want. You won't think all these negative things. You'll start to think positive things. You'll fantasize about how you want your life to look. You'll start actually thinking about your desires. You'll start actually thinking about your life in a beautiful way and about yourself in a beautiful way. And what you have to understand is it's like the analogy of the seed. Your thoughts are like seeds. And your focus, your energy, is what allows the seed to grow. And so let's say you plant a seed in this garden in your mind. Through your thoughts, you plant a seed of negativity and you plant a seed of positivity. The only thing that allows one to grow over the other is whichever one you focus on. And so if you give attention in the form of your thoughts and your energy, the way you speak and your actions towards the seed of negativity, you're only going to grow that seed. But if instead you give your focus to the seed of positivity, you think, feel, speak, and act from a positive place, then that is what will grow in your life because you become what you think about. Where focus goes, energy flows. And so if you want all of these things you say you want in your life, you need to focus on those things. You don't focus on what you don't want, because by focusing on what you don't want, you give more energy to what you don't want. And eventually you'll find a garden filled with things that you don't want. If you want a banana tree, but you don't want weeds, you don't constantly think about not wanting weeds. You focus on planting the banana tree and taking care of the banana tree. But if you're so focused on the thing you don't want, you'll actually end up growing that instead. In the book, As a Man Thinketh, he says this very simply by saying, all you can get from nettles is nettles. All you can get from a specific plant is that plant. And so if you plant the seeds of negativity, you're only ever going to grow those circumstances, those people into your life. But the great thing about this very powerful secret is you can plant the things you want. If you want the banana tree, you can plant that. If you want an apple tree, you can plant that. And if we bring this back to just life in general, if you want more income, for example, you can plant the seeds that allow for that and water them and nurture them, make sure to get enough sunlight. If you want better relationships, you can plant that and focus on that. If you want certain manifestations, you can focus and plant that. And so the same law that brings a lot of people what they don't want because they focus on what they don't want can bring you exactly what it is you do want, because you become what you think about. And if every single day you are consistently thinking about the things that you want and not thinking about the things you don't want, you will start to find that more of the things you want will come into your life. And here's the magical thing. You can only focus on one at a time. And so every time you begin thinking about what you don't want, or you think about a negative thing, switch your thinking. And remember this idea. You become what you think about. And when you understand that you become what you think about, why would you think about the thing that you do not want? Why would you think from a negative perspective? Why would you think from a place that doesn't serve you when you understand that that is what you're going to become? And so anytime you feel these negative thoughts creep up, anytime you feel as though you're thinking things that do not serve you, just remember, where you put your focus is where things are going to grow. Energy flows where focus goes. Where focus goes, energy flows. And so start thinking again of the things that you want. Put yourself in that better feeling place and think of what you want. And you'll see that you become what you think about, one way or another. But if you think about the things you want, you'll become that.